Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great weekend so far, and welcome to this new video on Solana. All right, we're going to do a full update. I mean, to be honest, if you still remember my analysis from yesterday, it's still 100% valid. All right, so if you still remember that, I wouldn't watch this video. We'll still do a full update. We'll talk about the situation right now. We'll talk about when it's most likely that we'll get that breakout, because my most likely scenario, or my expectation / prediction, is that at some point of time we'll break above this resistance at 149 and 150 being the major level, of course. But that we'll break above that and start to rally up higher, where the next real price target, I would say, is around 180. So I still expect that. I mean, we talked about that yesterday as well. Right now, obviously, it's the weekend, and Solana on its own also doesn't seem to have that much momentum. Here you can see the open interest in dollars. That's pretty flat. I think if it's just in positions, that's also pretty flat. There's even a bit of a decrease there. So at this moment, I mean, look, this open interest could switch at any point of time. And at some point of time, what's going to happen, probably next week, I would hope next week, is what you're going to see is that open interest is going to slowly ramp up. All right, so that's going to look very, very similar to for example, this. It's going to ramp up. We're going to put in a lot of green candles. We're going to gain a lot of momentum, probably a lot of spot buying as well, and then Solana will break out. So that will happen eventually. But like I said, at this moment, the region we're in is still between that level at 135, which I think 135 was always the main level to break, even though we got a bit of a fake out last week, Tuesday. But that's our main support, and our main resistance is 150. And what we saw earlier this morning, for example, it's not necessarily the case right now, but what we see is that the Bitcoin dominance is going up a little bit, while Bitcoin is finding some resistance here and there. And even though I think Solana will get that bullish breakout at some point of time, if we compare Solana with some other altcoins, for example, in the AI category, but also yesterday in the gaming category, Solana is not the strongest performer, all right? I mean, Solana is bullish, and I hold quite a lot of Solana, but it doesn't have a lot of momentum right here. Again, confirmed by this. But also, if you put the charts of Solana up against some big gaming and especially some big AI coins, it doesn't look too great. So yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, some altcoins do not care that much about some Bitcoin pullbacks. Solana at this point of time, it does, all right? So that's not ideal in the sense that the funding rates are quite high again. So that means we can have spikes down. Even though I expect that bullish breakout, I would be very surprised if we don't get that in the next week or week and a half. But in the meanwhile, especially on the Sunday to Monday transition, when the volumes and the books are very thin, you can have those spikes. Like, we could definitely have those spikes down to 135 and especially to 140, which is our main support at this moment. And if we get a bigger flush, like we got last week Tuesday, I don't think that's most likely, since the funding rates haven't been that high for that long. But I do think that eventually that will happen, and it's always a possibility, and then we could drop down all the way to 125. So I think Solana is good to go. I think Solana is bullish, but you should be prepared, if you're trading it, for those spikes down. And that's what I think you need to know. If I would have to give you my most likely scenario here, it would probably be something like this, all right? So something like this, consolidation, break above 150, rally up to like 165 initially. So those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know. Fundamentals are also still great, I would assume. I mean, I haven't looked at them, but there's no point in looking at them every single day. But that's what you need to know. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.